Hi, my name's Allison and I work with the Careers Service at the University of Leeds. This video is going to look at issues around online working or remote working as a new University of Leeds graduate. We've come up with a few key questions and hopefully answers to help you navigate those initial steps into the online working world. Whilst your first role may be temporarily remote due to COVID, remote working generally is here to stay and is already very popular in many career areas, especially sectors such as IT and marketing. It can be scary at any time with a new company, going from student to young professional, but perhaps especially now with altered remote working practices. Perhaps you've got fears of whether you can fulfil the demands of the role and worries about whether you'll get on with colleagues, etc. This is perfectly normal. Try and remain flexible, patient and open to learn and meet new people, and you'll soon settle in. It's really important you prioritise your well-being too, particularly at this time, and we'll address this a little later in the video. So to the first question, how do I manage when, how and where to work? Well, it will definitely help enormously if you have access to a private, tidy room, ideally near a window where you can work, and not where you're sharing living and working space with others. Distractions such as family, housemates and pets can pose a challenge when working from home. A good idea is to put a post-it note on the door of your workroom when you don't want to be disturbed, particularly if you've got a scheduled meeting with colleagues or clients, or for tasks when you really want to focus. This will hopefully give your fellow housemates warning about not making too much noise in the next door room. Make sure you give yourself plenty of time to go through your morning routine and have breakfast before starting work. The office may only be a few metres from your bed, but it's not a good idea to get into the habit of rolling out of it 5 minutes before you need to log on. Make sure you're dressed for the day too. Impromptu video calls do happen and will not create a professional impression if still in your PJs. Take note of your posture too and working position so you can sustain this comfortably over time. You should get advice on this as part of the health and safety induction, and if not, try and connect with occupational health supports. Whatever your hours are, when it's time to start work each day, don't be tempted to delay just because your colleagues aren't around. Try and keep to set start and finish times where possible. Maintain your routine and try to prevent your working hours overspilling to your personal home time. Make time for lunch, tea and exercise breaks too, just as you would in the traditional workplace, and step away from your office when you do so. Ideally, try and get outside. This will reduce stress levels, help your productivity and keep you focused. Question number 2. How do I find out more about the new role and what's expected of me? Well, if you're nervous about starting or just really super keen, you could ask in advance for more detailed information about what your role is going to entail and what will happen in your first few weeks. This will give you a chance to prepare even better. When you do start, make the most of the induction process offered. Induction could include things like online introductions to colleagues, provision of initial training, familiarisation with health and safety procedures, completion of HR paperwork and getting up to speed on company culture. You should also find out about the communication tools at your disposal and other IT or technology issues. Don't be afraid to ask lots of questions and make notes. Be proactive, try and get a good initial understanding of the role and the main tasks, and start to get to grips with tools, systems and processes. Ask how long you should spend on a particular task if this isn't clear, and ask about deadlines. What format is best, what tools are best to use. Your direct line manager is there to guide and support you in all these things. Question number 3. How do I get a better understanding of the company or organisation itself? Well, commercial awareness is the understanding of how an organisation works and how outside factors influence it. You will already have researched the organisation to some extent as part of your recruitment to the role. You can continue this process via studying their website, reading news articles, sector journals, professional body websites, and also taking notes of regular company briefings. Try to get a better understanding of the business. For example, such things as competitors, key projects, corporate values, and company strategy. Use social media to follow news on the company and trends in your specific sector. Also use it to network with people working in your industry. This could also prove fruitful down the line if you are ever looking to change jobs. It's also important for you to understand how your individual role fits in with the organisation's objectives as you go forward, and this can act as a real motivating factor in your work. Your mentor should also be able to advise you on this. Question number 4. How can I form connections with colleagues and make new friends? The process of getting to know people may be a bit harder and take longer remotely. Even though you can't meet people though, face to face, you can still make connections with your new colleagues and introduce yourself online. Use video calling or digital platforms to connect. You may not get shown round or meet colleagues in person, but you could study an organisational chart and use LinkedIn to find out who does what. So providing you have access to all relevant information online, there's no reason why your virtual welcome to the company can't be just as interesting or useful. You may also find that impromptu interruptions to video calls with team members, such as via inquisitive pets or playful children, online shopping deliveries, may enable you to get to know them even better than if they were in the office with you. Particularly at the start, it's also useful to get to know colleagues' communication preferences, so you can ensure positive interactions. Keep the tone of emails neutral and professional and avoid using jargon or slang, and watch how your colleagues interact and use communication tools as a guide for yourself. Link up with a workplace mentor where possible. Their supportive advice and guidance will help you enormously in the early days and later can help you developing in your career. You may be automatically provided with a work mentor or buddy who you can go to with questions. If not, there's usually a really approachable colleague who will help you settle in. There are also likely to be regular opportunities to join an online company social group or quiz, for example. If not, maybe look at setting one up. Question 5. How can I continue to develop key workplace skills? The organisation itself may offer a variety of personal development and work skills training. Whatever your role, you're likely to naturally be developing skills such as team working, communication, leadership, presenting, etc., etc. If you feel like you could use some extra help, you can access online courses in personal development skills independently via platforms such as Future Learn and LinkedIn Learning. There is usually ongoing access for LinkedIn Learning for Leeds graduates, at least for a short while after graduation. And question 6. How do I look after physical and mental well-being in what can be a stressful time? Please remember that your well-being is the #1 priority. Be kind to yourself and manage expectations. It will take time to settle in and could take up to 12 months depending on your individual situation. Maintain a healthy body and mind through plenty of exercise, lots of breaks and healthy diet, and manage your screen time. Make time to socialise where possible and continue to enjoy any outside hobbies or interests. It could be your workplace has social sport or interest groups you could get involved with. Stay positive. You have done brilliantly to get this far and already navigated many obstacles, so keep that in mind. Your company or organisation should also have links to support services on their intranet or website should you need them. Many will have specific employees responsible for promoting staff well-being. Also seek support from friends, family, services such as your GP, local and online mental well-being services, mental health charities such as Mind, and counselling services. So hopefully that's given you some useful things to think about and possibly some hints and tips about when you're going to start your new remote role. And remember, you can still access careers support from the university after graduation for as long as you need it. Whether you're wondering about skill development or would like to continue to access resources such as events and career guidance, re-registering as a graduate on My Career only takes a minute and gives you the same support as you had as a student. And as a Leeds alumni, there are also many things to get involved with, such as social networking events or e-mentoring schemes. These could really help ease your transition into your new role. You can find out more about this by joining the Leeds Alumni Network online. Thanks for listening.